Hello, my lovers and friends. Vulnerable Margie is back. So, true confessions. I mean, not really confession. I didn't do this to myself. But I had crazy, intrusive dreams about my ex. I hate even saying that, but whatever. About my ex last night. All night. 9-something months out. So now that I've healed a lot and I'm accepted and I'm healing, I realize when those things happen, like these just like emotions control me when I'm so tired of emotions controlling me. It like pushes me to make something, and then here I am making this video. So I actually compiled a list of 12 things that I've done that I would highly recommend you do if you are getting over heartbreak right now, and how to help you and how to move on. Things that have really worked for me. And these apply whether you are on day 0, D-Day has occurred, it has just happened, or you are a year out, a year and a half out, any time out. If you're still healing, these will help you. I'm doing all of these. And so I have 12 things. Let's jump into it. I hope this helps somebody. Okay, 12 things to do to help you get over your heartbreak. In no particular order. Number 1, call your loved ones. This includes friends and family. I mean, when my breakup happened, I would be on the phone, I'm not kidding you, for like 21 hours of the day. Sleeping isn't really occurring when it's that fresh. It's so sad to fall asleep and to wake up in your bed from, like, you most likely are having nightmares about it, and then waking up in what feels like a nightmare. So you're not really sleeping, but it's also weird for me to look back on like those first weeks and days and even months, because I was so sad that my brain has really tried to completely forget about those times. And when I think back, like, it immediately makes me really sad. But my brain doesn't really let me access those memories very much. But when I do access those memories, I would just be on the phone all day, just talking it through and out. And I'd be on the phone with a friend across the country for 3.5 hours. And then the moment they hung up, I'd call another person, seriously. And when it was super sad and I had to get work done, I remember that was so hard, because I would just like, all I could do was cry. I would just like call a friend or my mom and just be like, can you just, this makes me emotional even thinking about it, but because it's like sad. But yeah, I would just say, can you just like breathe on the phone? Can you just be on the other line? It does make a difference. So please do that. If you're not talking to somebody, call your friends and call your family. And you know, the reality of this, I will touch, is some people are not gonna come through for you. And that's a realization that I've had. There's so many different types of friends out there, and loved ones, and some are gonna pull through in these moments and really be there for you, and your connection will just grow as a result and stay strong. But also other people, whether they've never been through a breakup, so they don't really realize how sad it is, and how debilitating it is, or because they've got their own stuff, some people aren't there for you. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about how that affects the friendship. It just is, get your people and call them. That is what friends are for and loved ones are for. You call them. It will make you feel better. Even if you're talking about the same thing the whole time, do it, please. Do not ruminate in this alone. Okay, step number 2. These are in no order. This is a big one. And this is not necessarily feasible for everybody, but I wanna suggest therapy. I started going to therapy because of this. It was traumatic for me, and it was really nice to, when I spoke to different therapists as I tried to find the right match, for them to acknowledge, as these professionals who talk to hundreds and thousands of people, to say, hey, this is trauma. You need relief. And I remember the moment I started getting proactive about it, I started feeling relief, because it validated that this was really all consuming, and I'm not crazy for being so sad and needing help. And the hardest part is having the courage to raise your hand and call your mom or whoever and say, hi, I need therapy. I'm so miserable. It took me maybe 4 or 5 months. It's like the first phase is you're so sad, and then because here's the deal, is healing is not linear, okay? It's not like this is your saddest day and then you get better and better and better and you move on. No, it literally looks like those graphs. It goes up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. That's how I felt over the last 9 months. And I remember I was going up, I mean, very slowly, but then the first time I had a huge divot, I think was when I reached out for therapy, or it might've been the second divot. I can't remember at this point, but it is like you feel like you'll be getting better slowly, like at first 24 hours you make it through, and then you make it through 48 hours, and then you make it through 72 hours. And then all of a sudden you're like, why am I crying for 8 hours today? This was supposed to be how I was 3 months ago. And you're like, why am I so sad? And those things are gonna happen to you. Healing is not linear, I will say it again. I just remember I was going through a very angry phase. I was very angry by the situation and just at everything. I was irritable and I was so mad. And I'm not a mad person. That was when I raised my hand, and the scariest part was calling my mom and saying, hi, I need to go to therapy. And it's been on the up since then. So I am very grateful. If you can find a way, I'm gonna link some resources in the description. Please, I highly recommend it. It's really, really helpful and therapeutic, hence the word. Yeah, I'm gonna link some resources below. Okay, number 3 and 4 are kind of connected, but number 3 is physical exercise. You guys, what's the Legally Blonde quote where she's like, working out gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands, right? Like, physical exercise has been hugely therapeutic for me. I need those endorphins. I need it for my mental health. I need it for the ritual aspect. I need it to feel good in my body, because sometimes, I mean, this is another topic of conversation, but breakups, I don't know about the male body, but for women, this happened to me. Trauma like this will mess up your endocrine system, which is all the hormones. It's like your sleep, your period, your weight. All of those hormones are connected, and it's called the endocrine system. And if one thing is knocked off, and your cortisol's in there too, which is stress. Like when one thing's knocked off, the rest of them can get out of funk too. And so I've experienced that. You see changes in your body, you lose weight, you gain weight. It's a whole thing. It is not just so simple as, oh, this breakup occurred, boom, we're no longer together. It's like, no, you don't just feel sad. Your whole body is affected. And physical exercise will help. It helps cortisol go down. It makes you happier. It makes you feel like you're in control of something. So really try yoga. And then the 4th thing I have on my list is walking, which is related to physical exercise, but I want it to be its own thing, because even if you're not the type to like do a yoga sculpt or a Pilates class or lift weights, walking, almost everybody can do it. I've calculated it because I used to walk so much when this first started. I walk every day. I've walked over 1,800 miles since this breakup. That might be an underestimation, but it's been roughly 50 miles a week, and 50 times the number of weeks, 1,800 miles. That's a lot. That's half of America, right? More than that. Please walk. Just listen to your own thoughts, sort your own thoughts out, listen to music, listen to podcasts. Walking helps. I don't know what it does, but one thing my therapist explained to me is like, my anxiety puts me into motion, and I work through things physically, and so I need to walk things out, and I really recommend it for you, okay? So physical exercise and walking, I know they're kind of hand in hand, but I really recommend them. And they also, both of those things help you fall asleep faster. And when you're healing, you just want the days to go by, you know? You just are like, get this first year out of the way, you know? The hardest part, the worst, especially in a pandemic, is like when I'm laying up at night and not able to sleep. So what I do is like, I exhaust my body. Exhaust your body so that you will just fall asleep, okay? Number 5. Give yourself the grace to feel sad. You are allowed to cry. You are supposed to cry. It means you feel. My therapist, I'm gonna quote her a million times, like she was explaining to me, crap, I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like, the fact that I feel sad right now and immediately, and I'm not numb, is a good sign, because it means I loved vulnerably, and I'm giving myself, I'm feeling still, rather than some people numb and ice it out, and they feel the pain of their breakup 10 years later. And if that's you, that's okay too. At least you're feeling, but feeling sad from a great love is normal, and it's healthy. And it also means, on an optimistic note, that you can love again, because you're doing the healing process, okay? You're becoming a butterfly. It's awesome. So cry, listen to sad music, frick it, listen to the sad music and freaking cry. I sing and have sung so many sad songs. Give yourself the grace. This is not easy. This is not fun, but Give yourself the grace to feel all the things you're feeling and do not deny the sadness, okay? Number 6, this one excites me. Find something you love. This one is huge for me. You need to find something you love and do it. And it needs to be for you. It needs to fill your cup. And if you don't know what that is yet and you don't have inklings, try everything. Do classes. They can be virtual. Zoom feels totally real to me now, okay? My example is I've been doing dance classes. I throw myself in. I do like 5 or 6 a week. I'm learning a new skill, which really invigorates me, but also it's just fun. I'm horrible at dancing. I'm kind of getting better actually, but I do it for me. I do it because it's fun. I often cry in the classes because I'm just having so much fun. It's filling up my cup. Do something like that, whether you want to learn, you've always wanted to learn a language, or you've always wanted to learn dance, or you've always wanted to sing, or you've always wanted to paint. They don't have to be creative. You've always wanted to run 3 miles, write every day. Whatever it is, do it, and do it for you. And don't do it for the outside world. It needs to be for you. Invest in yourself. I don't know if you guys feel this, but like I invested a lot in my relationship and I gave so much. And I did it happily. I would have happily done that for the rest of time, right? Because investing in your love feels good. But now that it's over, I feel pretty depleted. I feel like I gave and gave and gave, and I don't really want to give to someone new right now. And I think that's healthy too, and that's okay. I'm giving myself the grace to feel all the things I feel. And this right now, I just don't feel like giving to somebody else. I'm tired. And so give to yourself. Invest in yourself. Do the classes. Find the funds and do it. You will feel so happy. And it's something to look forward to. And something you get to take away. Once the sadness is gone, you're gonna have this new skill and it's gonna be awesome. Okay, number 7. Journal or video journal. Just have somewhere to put your thoughts. Get them out of your head and put them somewhere, you know? Whether you're writing songs or journaling. I just started doing the morning pages. I really don't understand, because I haven't read The Artist's Way, which is where the idea comes from. I don't really know what they do, but I've started doing them. Feels kind of therapeutic. I like the tradition aspect of like, it's something to look forward to every morning. Even when I forget, I'm like, oh, gotta do my morning pages in the middle of the day. It does kind of get anxiety that lives in your mind onto a page and then lets it kind of poof. Journal. Put your anxieties on the page and help them get out of your head. Or video journal, vlog, video log, do whatever. It's a suggestion. It's something I've been doing. I'm not really sure all the benefits yet, but I'm putting it on the page because it has made me feel better, you know? So I'm putting it out there. I mean, case in point was putting out the breakup video, and I'm not saying for everyone to do that, but like making that video, and not even for the world, just for me, was so helpful to accept, to move on, to further the steps of the healing process. Just truly, it really did help me, so I'm giving it to you. Okay, number 8, journal the beautiful memories. I've said this in another video I had, in the opposite of loneliness one, but I just want to reiterate it here. If you are having a hard time like releasing the beautiful memories of your last relationship, get a journal and just designate it for those memories and write them down so that you can be like, oh, I'm putting it somewhere safe and it's protected and it's good and it's there, and that way it can't be lost. But you're giving yourself permission of the mind to release it. I think that that's such a powerful and beautiful idea, and I want to give it to you guys. Okay, number 9, read books, listen to podcasts. I have suggestions, don't worry. I've found getting lost in a book, giving myself the grace to relax and read is tough for me, but I do it. And also on my walks, I listen to podcasts. All of these things make you feel less alone. They immerse you in other worlds and remind you that there's things outside of your own sadness, right? Especially when we can't go outside and be around other people. So books, fiction, nonfiction, research-based, not research-based, here we go. Where the Crawdads Sing, fiction, beautiful story. I cried. It's so beautiful. Not cry because it's sad, but cry because it's beautiful. The Vanishing Half, another fiction book. So gorgeous. I mean, really good. I'll write these in the description. 2 other books that are fiction that are like thriller types and not too scary to read if you live and sleep alone, okay? Verity and Silent Patient. They're kind of like the same book, but they're both so good. They are page turners. You will totally be distracted. Other books that are not fiction. Untamed by Glennon Doyle. You need to read that, period. And then 2 Brené Brown books. She is a vulnerability and shame researcher, but her research is qualitative, so it's people's stories. She's so smart and so wise. I recommend Daring Greatly and Rising Strong. Okay. I'll put them in the description. They're all incredible reads. Yeah, and podcasts. Listen to podcasts. Find ones that are funny. I really do feel like when I'm on a walk and I'm listening to a podcast, like I'm with somebody else, I'm not alone. And that's what we need, because breakups are so lonely, especially in this world where we can't go on random dates or go to a party or go to a bar or just hang out with friends and have a girls' night. That's not an option really. So do these. All right, I have 3 more and they all matter. 10. This one's a little hippy dippy, but whatever. Tell yourself you are proud of yourself. It sounds cringy, but tell yourself you are proud of yourself. I do it. I do it. And it makes me emotional because it's like, that's such a vulnerable thing to say that I do or even suggest to somebody else. But the fact that I feel emotional about it probably means it's a good suggestion. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you're proud of yourself, because this is so not easy and it takes so much strength. And as time goes on, when you're really mourning these beautiful long-term relationships, the friends and the loved ones, they're gonna move. Not in a bad way, but like they kind of move on with life after a certain point. They're like, they call you a little bit less. They don't remember to check in as much, you know, they just like, life moves on. But you are still mourning it. And you need to be your best friend and your biggest cheerleader. You need to give yourself the words of affirmation, even if nobody else is giving them to you, because it's powerful for you. And you need to say, I'm so proud of you. You are so strong, and this is gonna make you a more incredible person and show you your own strengths, okay? Like, tell yourself that. I'm telling it to you now, but do it. It's so powerful. You need to be your biggest cheerleader in life. Always believe in yourself. There's gonna be a lot of other people who believe in you, but they might not tell you every day. You tell yourself, okay? Do it. Yeah, that was hippy dippy, but whatever. Okay, now these last 2 are very important. They're physical things you must do. 11. This is tough. But if you haven't done it, you need to get rid of the person's things, okay? Especially if you were cohabitating. I can't even imagine the pain if you were married. I'm so sorry if that is the case, but if you were cohabitating, likely their things are scattered all about. And they might take a lot of their stuff, but a lot of times when you're cohabitating, things are forgotten. If you find those things, try to get rid of them. If you can throw them out, great, but if not, if there's certain things, get a box, put them in the box, like little letters. I mean, I'm sentimental, and I know one day I'm gonna look back fondly on my great loves, and yeah, so I suggest get a box, and if you find those little letters and post-it notes and all those things that the person left you, put them in a box and put them in your closet. Don't have them hanging on the fridge, okay? Get rid of those so that you're not walking around constantly reminded, oh, there's his stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm not perfect at that, I will say. There's a couple jackets that I'm like, dog, I like this. I'm gonna wear it as mine. So take my word to the greatest salt, but it's important. And it might very likely take a while to fully get rid of all the stuff. I know mine's gone in phases of like this drawer of things, and then I was like, okay, this is going, throwing this out. But get a little box and put the notes and then put them somewhere away, okay? Maybe with the journal with all the memories. And then the last thing, this is looking to all the people who are creeping on their exes. No. Mute them, unfollow or mute them or block them, whatever you've got to do, not because it's malicious. That's why the best way to do it is just you can mute them. It's not malicious, they don't even have to know, but mute them and block them, whatever you've got to do to stop looking at their stuff. Cut it out. It is not healthy, it is not gonna let you move on, and on top of that, do not be reaching out to them. If this is over, or even if you're like, maybe it's not over, but we need a little time apart. Whatever it is, respect the process that you are not together at this moment in time or ever, and you need to not reach out. You have to cut communication. Otherwise, the lingering and the hanging on, it's not the full, you're not really accepting and you're not moving on in the proper way. Stop creeping on their stories, don't do it. Thank goodness I was hurt so badly, I've never ever had the desire to look at a single thing. I mean, to completely share a vulnerable fact, my iPhone, I don't know if you guys have that update, but like the new update, basically there's a, like, oh, there it is. There's a picture of my ex just on my phone. The other one, it just updated. The one before it was him as well. Thanks, iPhone. Can you not sense a breakup? Anyway, it was weird. Today I was like, gosh, this person looks unfamiliar to me, like kind of like a stranger. And it's because I have not been creeping. Even before I could say it out loud, whatever was controlling me, whether it was truly just protective instincts, thank the Lord for them. I have not looked. I am not looking. I'm not doing the creepy, like, let me see where they are. No, don't do it. If my growth in this many months has been a testament, I'm telling you it helps. Mute them, stop looking at them, and don't keep talking, okay? I mean, unless there's something logistical, like you share a dog or you share kids or whatever it is, you can do those things. But I hate even the fact that I know this, like, but I only am speaking from experience. You gotta cut it out, okay? So, listen to me. Healing is not linear. I am not a guru on this stuff. I don't wish this upon anyone, but if it's happening to you, and I know it is because by sharing my experience, I've gotten so many beautiful messages. Yeah, and I know that there are others out there experiencing this kind of stuff. And so because I had intrusive dreams last night and I felt frustrated by that, I'm making this and I'm gonna share it. And let me know if these things help. And if you have any more suggestions, please put them in the comments. I would love for this to be collaborative and a way to share things that help. Because this is not an exhaustive list. This is just 12 things I've been doing, but I would love to hear all the things you've been doing and that help. I mean, that's beautiful. So use the comments as a resource to one another. I will link resources for therapy and I will link all the books, etc. I love you so much and I'm here with you. And anyone experiencing this kind of stuff, you're on my heart. I love you, proud of you. Okay, goodbye.